I just had a wolf chase a freaking coyote right through my camp. Look at my arms. I got freaking goosebumps. My alarm crow is going off, so it must be time to get up. Oh, it's beautiful. I hit the snooze. Now the alarm Luna's going off. I guess it means it's time to get up. Good morning. I only have a few days before we head north to Alaska. North to Alaska, we're heading north, the rush is on. So, what I wanted to do though was I wanted to grab some more logs for the root cellar project, and I wanted to lay out the strings for the sauna project. And then also sometime middle of December I have a review video that's coming out, and I know that I said that I wasn't going to do review videos anymore unless it was something that I really, really wanted. Well, this is something that I'm pretty excited about, and I think it's going to be a great addition to the off-grid cabin here. Adventure lifestyle, off-grid lifestyle, hunting, fishing, and or even for some of us as we age and maybe have limited mobility. So the product is going to be an e-bike. So now is the last week in July, and I'm going to be gone for a few weeks in Alaska, and then have a few weeks to do the review. But I want to be able to put enough miles on it and have enough experience with it that I can give an honest opinion about what I think of it. But so far, my first impressions, I think it's pretty cool. So we're going to get those two things done, the logs and the strings. That way when I come back from Alaska, we can just take a few weeks and just work, and hopefully make some really good progress. So that's the plan. Anyway, I'm going to have some breakfast. I can meet you in the truck in, say, 20 minutes. So, all right. See you there. Got a new pair of boots. Well, a couple of videos ago. The bought them they're on clearance for $40 at my local Fleet Farm, which is kind of like a home and farm store. But I thought, you know, somebody mentioned that I should get some steel-toed boots, and I have to say I agree. Between chainsawing and hauling logs, well, if I ever slip with the chainsaw, at least there's a little more protection in the front of my foot. And second of all, if I ever drop a log on my foot, at least the steel toe should help give me some protection. And granted, these aren't high-end boots by any means, but they seem to do the trick. While I was getting my boots on, sitting in the patio, I could hear this almost imperceptible buzz going. And my first thought was, man, the mosquitoes in the woods are horrible this morning. But then when I started loading stuff up in the van, it occurred to me it's not mosquitoes, it's bumblebees. And in my yard, I have a lot of clover, and the bumblebees just love those clover flowers. So that's plantain there, but there are bumblebees everywhere in the yard. And as far as I know, I don't have like a bumblebee nest anywhere, which I don't know. I think maybe they nest in the ground. Where do bumblebees nest? I've seen a lot of paper wasp nests in the trees and in the ground, but Can't say I've ever seen a bumblebee nest. Maybe they nest in trees like honeybees. But anyway, the lawn is just covered in bumblebees this morning, and it's a good reminder that I should probably be more careful when I'm walking around barefoot. Well, good. Maybe they'll pollinate my peppers and raspberries too. Looks like we have a good candidate for logging this morning. Looks like a real nice one. Yeah, it's pretty close to the road, so this is going to be nice. Yeah, I think we'll grab this one right here. Won't have to carry it far to the truck. I like those ones. Lucky for me, these ones are so close to the truck. Last load I did, I had to flip end over end through the woods. Wish I had a scale for some of these. Oh no, it's not close enough. Okay, that's the way to hurt your back. The further I gotta go to get them, the lighter they get, the smaller I cut. It's not that they're that heavy, it's just that they dig into your shoulders when you're trying to carry them. And then you gotta pick your way through all this slash. All right, that's a load. My goal was to have 10 logs done this morning before the heat came on. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The 8th one is going to be a foundation log for the sauna, so I think we might call that good. Rained a couple days ago, so everything is moist.
These logs have been sitting off of the ground, but I've had all this shavings underneath which has held the moisture in. Now look at this. I mean, that looks like mold in just a couple days. I even have some oyster mushrooms growing right here, so there's mycelium in here too. There's a squirrel right there carrying a dead bird. Check that out. There's a squirrel eating a dead bird. What in the world? You see it? See that squirrel? There was a dead bird over that. He's literally eating the dead bird. So that bird I found in the cart that was full of water. So I don't know if it fell out of a nest and fell into the water and drowned or what. Since when do squirrels eat meat? When I peeled the first batch of logs, I had them sitting on these runners and I peeled them on the ground. So a lot of the shavings ended up underneath the logs. I've actually even pulled some of them out of here. But I wonder if the problem was with these logs was when it rained, instead of the rain just soaking into the ground, it sat on these chips and it just created this warm, humid environment, kind of a microclimate, which would have been perfect for fungus or mildew or mold or whatever that is. Anyway, I'm gonna do things differently this time and see if it makes a difference. And if I still get the same result, well, I know it wasn't my theory. So, well, I wanted to get those logs cut before it got hot, and I'm just in the middle of peeling them now. Woo boy, the humidity is coming up. It's supposed to be mid 90s today, I think, with a lot of humidity. So I think we're going to try to knock a lot of this out. And then the heat of the day, I think we're probably just going to take it easy, go to the lake, do some swimming, and come evening when it cools down, we'll go back to the logs. But woo, it's a warm one today. Well, the thermometer on the wall right there says it's 100 degrees. But I don't believe that because it's up in the peak. But it's supposed to be 90 plus today. And it sure feels like it's on its way there now. I'm just gonna work slow, drink lots of water, and little by little the project will be done, but as long as I can keep River Dog cool. I don't know how you guys down south do this every day. Our buddy Paul from the channel family, he lives down in New Orleans, and boy, I tell you what, I would not want to live down there all summer. No siree. But I got the fan humming right along, putting a nice breeze down here in the porch. I think next year one thing I'm going to do is, have you seen those like wicker or rattan blinds that kind of roll down for porches and patios? Next year I think I'm going to put some on this side of the porch. The sun beats in here all day and it really heats it up in here. I think a little shade would help a lot. Alright, well, we're going to have some ham sandwiches and some ice cold water, and then we're going to get back to work. So I will see you guys after lunch. I'll meet you in the wood yard. It's heavy. That is one heavy log. You know what I need? I need some sort of tool, and I've seen them before. They've got like a handle on them and two hooks, and you can like pull, and it's different than a log skidder. It's like more for a handheld. That's what I need. Oh, River already found the water. Thought the deer flies were gone for the year, but apparently not. Ooh, it's supposed to be spring fed. There's some cold spots in here. Wow. Woo, there's a cold spot. It's gotta be spring fed. Gotta be spring fed. You know, this would be a nice place to camp. It's a primitive campsite on national forest land, open to camping, of course. But, you know, the problem is it's literally like 2 miles, mile and a half. It's probably a mile and a half from my cabin. You know, I'm just sitting here and listening to the wind and the aspens and seeing the sun shine through the trees, looking at the reflection of the birch trees in the lake. And I was just thinking, you know, I gotta start doing more stuff. I gotta start going places. I've had the whole summer retired, and all I've done is think about, oh, I need to build this on the cabin. I need to get a bathhouse. I need to do a sauna. I need to clear these trees. I need to do this. I need to do that. Except for this Alaska trip. Now, you guys will probably see this video after I'm back from Alaska. But I think we are going to go out to the Badlands and the Black Hills. Probably in September. I got some pretty cool places I'd like to show you out there. Oh, that breeze is wonderful. It feels 10 degrees cooler in the shade here than it did working in the yard, the cabin. All right, should we go to the truck? Deer flies are getting River, so I think we're going to head back, probably cook some supper. We've got some venison backstraps that hopefully are thawed for dinner tonight. Figure I'll put them on the grill. Maybe some mashed potatoes, maybe some gravy. I had to laugh to myself as I'm making dinner here. A couple of videos ago, I had somebody comment about one of the t-shirts that I was wearing. And in particular, it was the t-shirt that says END Racing, all capitals on the end. So it looks like End Racing. And one of the viewers thought I was trying to make like some statement about I was against racing. You know, like, I don't know if he was thinking like NASCAR or like dog racing or horse racing. But when he saw the shirt that said End Racing, he thought I was trying to make some political statement about, hey, we shouldn't be racing animals or whatever. Which is not the case at all. The shirt actually stands for Extreme North Dakota Racing, and it's a series of trail races that I used to do a couple of years ago. It's just it's called End Racing, Extreme North Dakota. Anyway, so the point I'm trying to make is it's made me think that I need to be more cognizant of like things in my surroundings or environment that mean something to me but could be taken out of context to somebody else. So as I'm prepping dinner tonight, I had to laugh at this jug that I have sitting on the counter. And I'll get right to the bottom of it. No, this is not my bedpan. I was making kombucha, and kombucha is just a fermented tea basically, and except the bacteria and the enzymes, they consume the caffeine in the tea and they consume the sugar that you put in there. So it makes kind of a vinegary, acidic drink that is really good for your gut health because it's loaded with probiotics. And anyway, if you look at this, it looks absolutely disgusting, and it looks like something, you know, that should be poured down the drain. But normally there's a big, so the stuff you see floating in here, Normally there's a big pancake looking glop that floats on top of this. It's called a SCOBY, which stands for a symbiotic something of bacteria and yeast. Symbiotic, I forget what the C stands for. Anyway, it's basically bacteria and yeast, and they grow as they're consuming the caffeine and the sugar, and they make this harmless pancake thing in there. Well, I took the SCOBY, or the mother as it's known, out, and that's why there's stuff floating around in here, is because it's been so warm in the cabin that it's trying to make another SCOBY, which would be like a skim of stuff on the top. So anyway, all that stuff floating, well, that's the good stuff. And trust me, it's delicious. A lot of people will put fruit in here. But it's going rather quickly. Since it's been so hot in here, it ferments really quickly. So I'll have to consume this in the next couple days before it gets too acidic for me. I've let them go too long sometimes, and it's like taking a shot of straight vinegar, which is not what you're supposed to do. But anyway, back to cooking. I'm gonna go start the grill, and so much for the mashed potatoes and gravy. This is gonna be too much food. I forgot how big this steak was. So this is probably gonna be leftovers for lunch tomorrow. But I'll go start the grill so that gets all hot and sterilized before we throw the steak on, and so I'll be right back. Time to eat. Some roasted cauliflower and broccoli, nice chunk of venison steak, and some baked beans. Hard to beat that on a summer day. So pull up a chair. It's time to eat. I happen to look up at the sky and I see a little bat flying around. There he is, just above the cabin. Hoping he'll go out in the open here so you can see him. There he is. See him? Our friend Allie from the channel, she suggested I put up a bat house. And it's on my list of things to do. Hopefully, maybe yet this fall I'll do it. If not this fall, it'll be a good winter project. I think it's time to say goodnight to y'all. Good night. We'll catch you in the morning. I've had this old mower since 2001. It might look a little rough, but this thing is a good mower. It definitely needs some TLC here and there, but that's pretty expected after 20 some years. For the last couple of seasons, the starter has been out on this, and I've had to jump it by sticking a screwdriver and jumping the connection between the hot and the solenoid. I think it's a starter solenoid. Anyway, that's usually enough to crank it over, and then it usually starts right off the bat. But the problem is, last time I did it, I heard a really weird noise and it stopped. I couldn't even get a spark anymore, so I'm pretty sure I completely burned out the whole unit. So after a few seasons of cheating and doing it the wrong way, I finally ordered the part online and it came in. So today we're going to change out the starter and the starter solenoid. Well, looks pretty similar, so that's a good sign. Never changed one of these out before, but doesn't look too difficult. Basically 2 bolts up here and reattach the wires. Even I can handle that. And the battery's about as dead as can be, so I probably don't have to disconnect that. What's close to 1/2 inch? 13 millimeter? Oh, look at that. There we go. I was actually half concerned I was going to arc this wrench by touching the opposite side where I normally jump it. That'd be my luck. Battery be dead as can be, and there'd be just enough juice in there to arc it and give me a nice shock. Alright, well, let's get this bad boy up in here and see how she looks. Come on, fingers crossed. Yes! Something I did finally works! Ha ha! Let's make sure it wasn't a fluke. Alright, we're going to check the oil, throw some gas in it. Yes! Could have picked a cooler day to do this, but nope. Work around a fire on the hottest day of the year. That's the way we do things around here. Shit, I just had a wolf chase a freaking coyote right through my camp. The wolf has got to be back here. I was literally standing by my post. Oh my god, look at my arms. I got freaking goosebumps. I was literally standing by my by my corner post, and I kept hearing a noise crashing. I thought it was deer because I was just back by where my deer cameras are, and I was literally standing right here, and I hear the crashing come, and the coyote ran right here, right on the other side of this tree, through here, and the wolf chased him all the way right to here. And at first I thought there were two coyotes because the wolf was really light colored. Luckily River's in the van. And I just stood here and froze, and the wolf sat and walked. He stopped right there, and then he kind of looked, but I don't think he saw me, and he couldn't have winded me because there's no breeze. Yeah, the fire's going straight up. There's no breeze. And then he just walked back over here. Oh my god! I wonder if he's on the deer camera feeder. I literally just put the card in. Let's go check it. Oh my gosh, you guys. Oh, there's River. Oh, shoot. No, stay in the van. Stay in the van. No, stay. gosh, you guys, I cannot believe that. I wish I would have the camera going. Maybe he'll be on the deer camera. Oh, I hope so. I hope so. I hope so. Let's see what River does when he gets their scent over there. Oh, I cannot believe that. That is crazy. That is the craziest thing that's happened to me here. I think that wolf was going to kill that coyote. River's right by where that coyote comes through. Oh yeah, he smells it now. And that wolf, he either peed or either it was a female and she peed, or it was a, I think he took a dump right on the other side of that tree that's down. Yeah, River's definitely on the coyote. That's right where he came through. Oh, thank God River wasn't out. Okay, I'll put the camera away. They're obviously not coming back. Although I do kind of want to see, because it looked like the wolf. It looked like the wolf took a dump over here, and I literally thought I could hear like him pass gas. It would have been like right in here somewhere. Well, I'll look. If I find it, I'll show you, and that'll tell you how close he was. That wolf was bigger than River. Like, he was skinny, but he was tall. And River's like 105 pounds. Alright, I'm gonna grab that game card. Hang on. Are you kidding? It says on, but the screen isn't lit up. Well, we're gonna pull that card anyway. I literally put it in there probably 10 minutes before this happened. They would have went right through the woods there, and the way I saw the wolf leave was towards this direction. So maybe he came out. If he came out here on this trail, that's gonna be crazy. All right, I'll see you back at that cabin. Okay, so I went back into the woods to look for the poop. I saw it squat and I heard something like it was pooping, but I didn't see any poop. But when I was back there, apparently he got the coyote. He must have got him a little bit, because when I was looking for the poop, I should have marked it. Okay, here's where I saw him. He was the wolf was right here by this log, and I was literally standing by that pallet right there. And they came through here, and the coyote went right towards the clearing there. Anyway, so where did they come through? Hang on. Oh, right here. So look at this. See that? It's blood. There's a spot there. Spot there. Spot there. So the wolf must have got a bite on the coyote if he's bleeding like that. It doesn't do me any good to blood track them, just because I know they came from over there. So wow. Good thing River was not outside. He sits in the van all day long. Thank God he was in the van and not out in the yard. That would have been bad. Yeah, he definitely... Huh. Yeah, he went right through there. Right through there. In fact, maybe I can find some blood to see how close he actually was to me. Oh boy, look at this. Yeah, he got him good, huh? Boy, he must have really had it, because there's blood here and there's blood over here. Unless the wolf was bleeding. I can't believe that though, because that That coyote, he was going hell-bent for election. So blood. Is he bleeding out of both sides of his body? You know, I'm starting to wonder if it was the wolf that was bleeding. Because for all the blood that was in that one spot, that's maybe about where the wolf stopped. I'm looking where the coyote ran through, and I literally was standing right there, and the coyote came right through here. Right through here. I mean, he's within 10 feet of me. I thought, I legit, when I saw him coming, they were coming straight at me. I think he was going to go for the clearing, and I don't know if it was because of the camp or what, but he veered just at the last minute and came through here. But I'm not finding any blood in here, which is weird, because as fast as he was going though, those drops should be, they shouldn't be just setting, they should be splattered, not drops. I think it was the wolf that was bleeding. Let me go back over and see where I thought I saw him. Yeah, the wolf did, he was in here. And that's where I thought I saw him, but I didn't see any blood over there, but I didn't really look. All right, I'm gonna turn the camera off and I'm gonna poke around a little bit more. Yeah, see, this blood is not blood that is like running 100 miles an hour. I mean, that drops straight down for the most part. Yeah, that blood is like dropping straight down. Except for, and that would make sense because the wolf kind of walked around in here a little bit and just stopped. Maybe I should look for poop over here. So this would have been what River was smelling then. Yeah, see that blood? That is like a drop coming straight down. That is not from a coyote running 100 miles an hour. That's got to be from the wolf. All right. Enough of that, huh? Whew. Man, that was crazy. Crazy great. All right, back to work for me. Squirrel's out. Wolf must be gone. I cannot believe that just happened. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Well, that was exciting. This is my favorite part, the grand reveal. Oh, it's not much lighter. Looks pretty good. They look pretty even. So I've been having trouble with my big saw cutting slants. So I tried the small saw, and of course the chain was so dull. That's why I had so much trouble at the beginning that I had to switch the chain out. And then it cut much better, but definitely a sharp saw chain makes a big difference. Gosh, I love these brush cut boards like this. I wish I had a sawmill. If anybody wants to sponsor me for a sawmill review, that would be awesome. All right, looking good. So those are going to be the base for the log structure. So why do I have this up here? Well, I just put it up here for now. It's probably not going to stay, but I've just been going through some old stuff and cleaning stuff out. And so Touch the Sky is a prairie down in southwest Minnesota by Blue Mountain State Park. So I had an opportunity to spend some time down there through work, and I thought it was a pretty cool place. So fast forward a year or two later, and I was at the Minnesota State Historical Society, and they were selling a bunch of stuff that they had left over from previous displays. And Jim Brandenburg is a very well-known photographer in northern Minnesota. So they were selling this for like $5-10, and I thought it was kind of cool. So I thought for $10 or whatever it was, I would get it, and I could always use it as some sort of waterproofing material here. So anyway, I don't know what I'll end up doing with it, but I always thought it was kind of a cool banner. And for right now, it fits in front of the woodshed, so I might just leave it for a little bit until I get the woodshed piled up, and who knows, maybe I'll leave it through the winter just to protect the wood pile. I don't know. But anyway, I thought it was kind of cool. Well, everybody, thanks for hanging out this week with the River Dog and I. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see the wolf and the coyote escapade, but take my word for it, it was pretty crazy. So by the time you see this video, we'll have been to Alaska and back. So hopefully I'll have some great videos coming up, and we have lots on the agenda for late summer. We're going to start the sauna build, and we're going to start the log structure build. What that structure is going to be, I haven't quite decided yet, but I originally started off thinking it was going to be a root cellar. But to be honest, those logs are so nice, I don't know that I want to bury them. So I might have to find something else to do with that project. And then the thought has occurred to me, instead of building that bathhouse slash sauna, maybe I should make it a bathhouse slash bunkhouse and use the log structure as the sauna. So lots of decisions to make still, but I just wanted to say goodbye and good night. And as always, we will see you soon. Goodbye, tiny cabin. Thanks for the memories. We'll see you soon.